African Media Association Malta, through the project Radio Literacy. RadioLit gives opportunity to young migrants to be media literate and digitally skilled in their campaign against substance abuse.
This project is targeted to reduce the incidence of use and prevent use of substance by the immigrants.
RadioLit is sponsored by the US Embassy through the Julia Taft Refugee Fund.
Today we are here because for 15 months we work with 15 amazing young people who accepted to join us so that we could discuss the problems of drug addictions into the migrant communities. The project was called RadioLit, and it was funded through the Julia Taft Refugee Fund from the US Embassy Malta. So several workshops were conducted in French, in Arabic, in English. We discussed modules such as critical thinking, media literacy. We also tackle citizen journalism, and that whole set of skills that were imparted to the young people who joined the workshops was about giving them the tools so that they can discuss drug addictions with the communities to whom they belong. And so today the idea is to wrap up with, in particular, two people in the studio with me, Precious, who attended the training as a participant from day one to the last day, very committed. I remember you, Precious. Hi, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome. And Rachel, also here with me, not only she attended the training as a participant, but she was also one of the trainers, actually. Hi, Rachel, and welcome.
Thank you, Reggie.
Mm-hmm. And we have a group of other participants who were meant to join us, but we all know that Ramadan started yesterday, and the first week is always difficult. It is so difficult to change your eating habits so immediately. So 2 days ago, you were eating normally, let's say 3 meals per day, and then at once you have to cut everything and just eat once a day. It is something that the body needs to get used to. So we understand perfectly why they couldn't make it today. But we are with you in spirit, and we wish you a good Ramadan. For you, Precious, it is a lot of responsibility that you bear today because you will be speaking on behalf of a lot of people. But to start off, first of all, why did you join the RadioLit project?
First, the radio literacy, the first project that I joined was talking about drugs and substance abuse. And that's me living here in Malta, where I see how teenagers use substance, smokes everywhere around the corner. It's really disturbed me, being a mother of two. So I was really willing to do my little bit to be able to be the voice of to fight against substance and drugs abuse.
Mm-hmm. And during the workshop, there were a lot of activities. Is there something in particular that really taught you? Because we discussed content creation. Can you speak a little bit about the training on itself?
Yeah, for me personally, after the training, I was able to do, I think, about 2 extra postcode and podcast. I did another 2, which I would not have been able to even think of or imagine before the program. Mm-hmm. And then it also helped me to dig more about substance abuse and other even legal drugs and drinks that young people might be taking. During my research, I was able to find out that whether legal or illegal abuse of any type of substance, medication, or drinks, they are very harmful. It doesn't matter if they are legal or not. Mm-hmm. The harm is still there. So we just need to stay clear. And then I also muster up the courage to be able to speak to other people just by shouting how they became addicted to substance use and smoking. So the beginning is just, I try one and that's all. So it's better not to even go there at all. Without the training, I would not have been able to get the confidence or the courage to be able to approach anybody and start talking about it. And the training was not only about substance and drug abuse. We also did other workshop on how to be citizen journalists, which I think has really given me the confidence to be able to post about 2 other posts on Facebook after the training that we did.
Okay. Yeah, that is amazing. Apart from the post, I remember that you actually wrote an article which is published on the website of on the African Media website. And just to come back to come to you, Rachel, as a trainer, how was it for you to discuss with young people who have a lot of difficulties, as we know? How was the experience?
It was really enlightening for me as well, because as a professional and as a literate person, ordinarily I would have thought that there are some things that an average person should know, that, and there are some things that you overlook and like, oh no, somebody knows about this. I'm happy that Precious was able to share that. It boosted her confidence, and she even created a podcast. This is something, podcast is is something trendy right now. It's something that a lot of people are going into, and even I myself, it was when I joined African Media, I became staff here, that I was like, it's not something so complicated after all. It's something that an average person can do if you have the basic skill. And so in the course of training them, I felt that in your own little corner, if you have any information, it is important to share. And I also found out that people do not really know the importance of social media. So the citizen journalism modules were really, really engaging. I remember that, and also the use of Canva. You remember that even this, unfortunately, Smart Wisdom was not able to make it down here. I hope it's joining on, is watching us online. But you remember that he was a fashion designer. He's a fashion designer. And he created his own poster for his own business. I was really happy. I shared it with you. I was so happy because it was really, really it was encouraging for me and enlightening at the same time, that in this social space, it is not what you plan for that you get at the end of the day, but the reward is that 10% of the 100 that comes back, and the impact on them. It was really, really enlightening for me. And so I will say that the experience was really good. And so it was really enlightening. And I also, even though I don't speak French, it was also enlightening for me to see that the French speaker were really interested, and even the Arabic speaker. So it goes to show that some of these things, people lack the confidence, maybe it's not in their dialect. But for RadioLit, it was adaptable to all the local languages. So a lot of people who wouldn't have ordinarily attended such workshops got the opportunity. And so people created podcasts in French, they created in Arabic, and so it was really good.
Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to say something, Precious. I saw your hand. Yes,
because for me, another thing that I learned from radio literacy was how to read fluently. Because I remember sending my mom the voice record of the one that we did last about discrimination, and she was like, "Are you the one talking? How did you do it?"
Because one of the activity was about how to speak on the microphone. This is something with the radio. There is so much content out there, so you don't want to send out something that is not, attractive, or that people will just switch off immediately. It's true that I was also the trainer, and then I've done those workshops so many times. I know that it is so empowering at the end, to know that this article is written by me. There's my picture on that article on the website. Precious, who is not here, another Precious who participated, she shared her article with the whole Nigeria practically, because, she was so proud about what she did. And Precious as well, yes.
We just began to sort them, they were just following the page.
Yes, that's true.
What's going on here?
Indeed, yeah. So the training is never enough, because a project is never enough, because it is a range of skills that we want to pass, and they have to be repeated and repeated and repeated. The resources are available free online open source for anyone to access it. So what we do is that as all participants were also moderator of the Facebook page, they could post the contents when they wanted, and we will be there for as long as possible. So I am personally very happy of the workshop. It was so challenging, but also so interesting. Precious, we discussed during the workshops critical thinking, citizen journalism, content production. You learn how to write an article. Do you plan to become a citizen journalist committed, like creating your own platform? I mean, you've already have a podcast on Spotify. I know. How is your plan on that? Do you intend to monetize it? Do you?
No, but for the podcast, it's also very helpful for me as since I write poem. At the moment, what I do is to attend any open mics event that is being organized here in Malta, and I just go and read my poems. But it's the radio literacy helped me to read fluent, because when you are a writer and you are reading in front of the public all the time, you need to be fluent when you are reading it. It adds a bit of spice to what you are saying, and it also gives the listener the interest to listen more. Sometimes when you're reading and your reading is fluent, your listener will automatically believe what you are saying, because it gives a sense of confidence in what you wrote. It shows that you really know what you are saying, and you are very familiar with what you wrote. So for me, I benefited from that. And reading in public most of the time it's not easy for me, because I get nervous. The fact that I know the article well, and thanks to radio literacy, I can read it fluently, then it boosts my self-esteem. Yeah. And when you have self-esteem, you can do whatever it is you want to do.
Yes, there's the element of research as well, because during the training we said that it's not only about writing about something, it has to be factual, it has to be research-based.
I did my referencing and citation as well.
I remember now. Yes. He was quoting the number of people who use was it tramadol?
Yes,
particular medication. We need and I remember the psychologist was like, "Where did you get
that information from?" Absolutely,
and she
yes.
said she had lived in
Burkina Faso
before, and so she knows this thing. No, you have to reference it, and he also insisted that as a trained journalist, you cannot just put the facts out there, information out there, especially because we are going to publish the articles on the website.
Yes.
So
you must know what you're talking
about. I remember it was a little bit of argument.
Then after the human rights, I did quite a lot of research, and I was the last person to come for the workshop that day, but I was the first to speak. I was the first to speak because I was really prepared for it. And now that I'm doing my level 4 and a lot of exam, everything has to be with citation. For me, my classmates, they are like, "You already did the citation, you already did the references." I said, yes, I never got any issue with my references, because from radio literacy we've already know that you have to reference, and it's really helping me for my exams as well.
It is,
because for a level 4 course, everything has to be referenced and cite, and you have to do the citation if you have to get the full marks.
Definitely, and also we saying that African media is the media NGO. So I mean, we have to be able to say that I'm talking about this thing because because of this, because of that. So definitely, yes, we had these activities about opinion and facts. What is an opinion? What is a fact? And that was really one of the modules that we discussed a lot.
And with the fake news as well.
The fake news as well, yes. We discussed also fake news as
well.
And
we did critical thinking as well, because with critical thinking, it helps you to kind of question some of the things that you see on social media. Because there is a lot of information there on social media. You have to be able to know ask first of all, how do you know? And sometimes the source that you claim that you got it from, how reliable is the source as well? Those has to do with critical thinking. You don't just wake up one morning and have those ideas, because not all sources are really good. There are some sources you still need to question the source in itself. So it was really good that we also did critical thinking.
And we cited a relatable example of the woman who gave birth to 7 children.
10 children.
10 children, and then
it was shared.
It was shared
by all the main news outlets, CNN, BBC, you name it.
Later on, we found out that
the
some
story
people
was
begin to say that the news was not even genuine.
Yes,
so,
that's true.
like Precious mentioned, that you also need to question your source at
Yes,
times. So, and we gave instances that you need to double check even the source. How many other organization is also quoting that source as well?
Yes.
So is it something that is quoted across board? Is it verifiable information? You know, we all have mobile phones, we all have these digital devices, so it is just easy to use them. And we also spoke about the camera of our phones, you know.
Yes,
that something is happening live now and you are there, so you can just those are the things that
it was about media literacy. It was about media literacy. Now, about the impact of the topic that we wanted to discuss, then it was addictions. You know, we are not saying that we're gonna solve the problem because people are using substance abuse, abusing substance because of the issues that they have. Migrants have a lot of difficulties here, so we know, they know also. They actually, because one of the research that we did as an introduction is that we know that they don't just do it because it is for pleasure. They just want to forget the daily life. So do you think, Precious, that there was kind of an impact of what we did, that we managed to get the message through, that maybe someone, thanks to us, decide to stop drinking too much of having this cigarette too much?
That I don't know, because it's what we can do is just to give out what we know, the knowledge. It's up to individual to use or to make use of the information that they've heard. But what I do know is that a lot of people followed the radio literacy Facebook group after that, after the training, after the workshop. There was quite a lot, because when I invited them to the group, I also invited them to my own personal group. So I see the difference of people that followed the group of the page of radio literacy and those that follow my personal page. The difference was quite big.
Okay, that's good. That was the aim, of course.
True. I agree with what Precious said, that even if we cannot pinpoint one person who stopped abusing drugs or any kind of substance, it is we saw the engagement on the post that was being made by the participants themselves, and even about the project, about the content of the modules and everything. So it goes to show, even on the website, if you look at the number of
the number of people who read the articles, absolutely, yes.
So it shows that somebody somewhere is following this this campaign, and they are also interested. And you know that it's about substance abuse, drug and substance abuse. So we are still not there as a society where somebody will confidently come out and tell you that, oh, I'm abusing this thing, can you help me, you know? So it is still something that is,
it's kind of hidden,
you know. Nobody wants to come forward. But I believe that with the engagement and everything, people get the information, and the kind of post and the content as well is not just for the users. It's also about how you can help somebody who abused this substance if you find yourself in this situation or you know of anybody. So I believe that, like she had actually mentioned, that with all this enlightenment, we have really made a mark, if I can say so.
Definitely, because the impact is never immediate, you know. An impact, something that we see in the future. But yes, immediately we could see one of those articles gathered, 100 views, which is quite a lot for a content that is specific to something like drugs, you know.
Yeah, and also because, for instance, the Arabic speakers, you know, the person who actually spearheaded that, the impact on that community itself is also very important. So somebody has been empowered that has this knowledge and can help that community. You and I don't speak Arabic, for instance, but it also goes to show that a particular community has that advantage now because a key member of that community has been empowered with the skill and the knowledge of this thing. Not to talk about somebody who is a mother. We had 2 mothers, now 3 mothers because of OE,
because of OE,
you know.
Yeah.
So it has ripple effects, I believe. It has ripple effects. And even from the focus group discussion, the feedback we got, you know.
Yes, exactly,
These things, it's like training the trainers.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So
It is what is interesting with a project is that I'm actually like what we are doing now, this conversation, because it's so many things come back because there were so many activities that were very strong things that happened, and some of our participants are coming from areas where the internet is not affordable. So thinking of money is usually that I'm going to work. You know that here in Europe, you can make money with social media if you know how to do it, if you know how to monitor your content, and if you know how to create a quality content. So that was also one of the main aim of this project, so that we just give you that skill. You know, you have this mobile phone. It's not only about going on Facebook or Instagram. It's really about using applications that can help you to become a content producer and maybe to make money, whatnot, if you curate well your content. For the RadioLit project will be there forever. There is a training course that will be always available. So we will be from time to time sharing the content online, from time to time, even in the future, organizing workshops still of that with the newcomers, because migration will never stop. Migrant will still come to Malta, will continue to come to Malta, and we will continue to work with them. So it was very interesting to be talking here. We wish that people will join and ask some questions. There's Nakmadin who just say, well done, Amam, keep the good work coming. Thank you very much. We wish to have you here, and I've already said good Ramadan and good Ramadan again. Precious, is there anything that you want to say before we close?
I just want to say thank you for your time and commitment. And I want to also say that it was very helpful that we recorded the workshop, because people can go over and over it again when they want. And we don't know what will happen in the future, because I have a personal experience of somebody that I've talked to about smoking in the past, because the person was addicted to smoking. Could not eat, the only thing he do is just water and cigarette, because according to him, he has been smoking since he was, I think, 8 years old. Then it was 2 years ago, we met on Facebook. He was looking very fresh. He had a bit of weight. I was like, what happened? Did you start eating? He said he stopped cigarette. I said, how come? He told me, there was once I was passing through your house. I just stopped at your door. And then I remember what you used to tell me. I just broke my last cigarette, and that was all. It was like just like that. He said, just like that. And till now, it's been 3 years now, I've not smoked, and he's still planning to continue. So it's like what I told you about, God know how long ago, you telling me that just because of those 2 words that we just talked about, and now you just... So we don't know what... Our words is like a seed that we plant. It can fall on a good soil, it can fall on a rocky soil. So it depends on which soil it falls on, and it will just get watered and grow automatically. So we shouldn't give up on which message, no matter what, because now with the legalization of other harmful substances, we need to do more.
We're fighting addiction, but it is being legalized. So yeah, there's work to do. Yes. A last word, Rachel, before we close.
Speaking from the part of a trainer or co-trainer myself, I would just want to encourage our people, you know. I know that we are all here for the greener pastures and everything, but sometimes it is good to take advantage of all this training. And I want to also say to the participant that I am proud of all of you. Yes, I am really proud of all of you. It feels so good to see that this thing that we started, and it has the ripple effect in your daily endeavors, it has gone really, really far. A lot of you have monetized some of the skills, and you are creating content. Your content has improved. Some people have built confidence. So I encourage our people to continue to engage with all our workshops at African Media Association. we want to do more. So, and for the RadioLit participants, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep posting. Keep talking about addiction. Keep talking about drug, both the legal ones and the illegal ones. Keep talking about it, and use your podcast. You are now a citizen journalist, so we want to see you change your own community.
Yes, thank you for that, Rachel. And we also want to say thank you to the US Embassy because, of course, this is a great supporter of our activities. You know, since the creation of African Media, we've already been supported. This radio studio is a lot of what is here is really coming from the support that we receive from the US Embassy. So we want really to thank the support. And in particular, this one which come from the Julia Taft Refugee Fund. So we're gonna close this small chat that we had this afternoon. We wish you a good evening, and this video will be reshared, improved, and also turned into a podcast that will be shared with you very soon. So have a good evening, and we speak soon. Bye.
African Media Association Malta through the project Radio Literacy. RadioLit gives opportunity to young migrants to be media literate and digitally skilled in their campaign against substance abuse.
This project is targeted to reduce the incidence of use and prevent use of substance by the immigrants.
RadioLit is sponsored by the US Embassy through the Julia Taft Refugee Fund.